Okay, so when I first met Chelsea, I thought she was too hipster for me. She just kind of had that vibe, you know, she looked like a cool kid and I'm a nerd. And then she was talking to one of my good friends, Andrew, and she started talking about gaming, and I was like, yes, do want. So later on in life, we got to know each other better, and we realized our moms are exactly alike, pretty much douchebags. She's a pretty chill person, she gives great advice, and she's a really good friend. She's great at keeping secrets, and she has extremely awesome hair that I constantly want to touch. She's very purpley. I don't know if you can consider that a mood, but if you could, that's a Chelsea for you.
Alright, well, when I first met Chelsea, she seemed very preppy and just, you know, out there with all those crazy people. But I've met her and just become really good friends, and she's just a really good friend. You can have a really good conversation with her, and she understands what a lot of people are going through, even if she hasn't gone through it herself. She's there for people, and she's really good to talk to.
Yeah, when I first met Chelsea, I was like, what sort of a name is Lala? I'm just kidding, that's mean. I definitely didn't know her very well, and I didn't really pass any judgments because I didn't know what to say. She didn't say that much. I didn't really talk to her, but I don't know what happened, but by senior year we became like this close, and thanks to Melina, thanks to that sleepover, which had crazy times, I can't forget that. And Holy, having so much fun at Holy, I'm so glad that she can make it with me. And I think that she's a really, really sweet and legitimately kind person, and I know that I'm going to be in Santa Cruz next year, she's going to be here, but I will always be here, you know, to help her out, and I know that she'll always be there for me too.
And then Chelsea back in 5th grade at Vargas Elementary School. We met because we had the same class, and we didn't really hang out that much during that year, but over the years, because we went to middle school and high school together, we became pretty close. Chelsea, she's a lot of fun to hang out with, and she's addicted to Starbucks. Every time we hang out, she either has a chai tea frappuccino in her hand, or we're going off to go get one for her. I hang out with her all the time. I mean, the last few years we haven't been able to catch up on a lot of things because we've both been busy, but I'm seriously gonna miss her to death when we graduate. I'll for sure come back and visit just for her. She's such an outgoing girl, and don't underestimate her size. Seriously, she's so tough, and she is gonna kick your ass.
Okay, so I met Chelsea during 6th grade art class, and she was a really good friend to me because during then, like, I didn't know anyone, and she introduced me to all her friends, and we did a lot of sports together. We did softball, cheerleading, and tennis. She's an athlete. And then after we moved on to high school, and now that we're seniors, like, time went by so fast, but I'm really glad that, like, throughout the years we haven't really drifted, and I know that, like, and we don't, like, hang out every day or anything, but, like, I'm happy that, like, I'm glad to know that, like, if I were to ever need her, she were to ever need me, we'd both still be there for each other. I'm gonna be really sad when I go off to college, but I know that things will still stay the same, and we'll still be as close as we are now.
Hi, I'm Lena, and I'm one of Chelsea's besties. I met Chelsea when we were in Vargas Elementary School through a mutual friend, back when she didn't have purple hair as much as I love it. I thought she was friendly, she knew how to have fun, and she always spoke her mind. Honestly, I still think the same thing now, except that over the course of our friendship, I've learned a lot more about her, and our relationship has definitely deepened. Chelsea is a very strong and loyal friend. We have the kind of relationship where I don't necessarily need to see her all the time, but I still feel like it's a really good friendship, and she's a really, honestly, really good friend. I don't see her a lot because she's too busy going to Starbucks or playing video games or sleeping, which brings me to say that Chelsea is honestly the world's heaviest sleeper. Like, I can scream in her ear or, like, shake her until, like, I don't know, and she just doesn't even, like, open her eyes a little bit, so it's just really bad. But in general, I just feel really lucky to have her as a friend because she really is amazing. She's been through a lot these past couple of years, but I have all the faith in the world that she's going to overcome all her challenges because that's the kind of person that she is. She gets challenges, so she gets it done, and she ends up on top. So I love her.
So I met Chelsea through my friend Melina, and when I first met Chelsea, she was really, really quiet. People were like, oh, she's kind of quiet, and Melina was like, no, she's really, really outgoing. And so I started talking to Chelsea, and Chelsea is like the most outgoing, spontaneous type of person. She's super bubbly, and she's so much fun to hang out with. And whenever I'm with her, she's like a ball of like energy, is like the right word. And we've had some very entertaining times, and I don't know what I do sometimes without Chelsea because she's adorable.
Right, so I met Chelsea in 6th grade, and I thought she was really shy and quiet. I wasn't really that close friends with her. And then in high school I started to get to know her and we became really tight. And I found out that she's actually really outgoing, as you can tell by her purple hair. And yeah, she's really chill. It's cool.
Before I met Chelsea, she just kind of looked like she may have been a little bit of a rough person to get along with. But as soon as you meet her, she is warm-hearted, she's great to get along with, she's very flexible, she's very outgoing, and I would suggest you to be friends with her. Everybody to be friends with her. She's an incredible person.
Alright, I first met Chelsea in freshman year of high school. We had math together, and at first I thought she was kind of stuck up, but you know what? That's not true at all. She's one of the friendliest people in the world, and I am so lucky to be her friend. And something that you guys may not know about her is she comes up with the funniest nicknames for people. So, yeah.
This is Chelsea, who has nice boobies, and I'm Ellie, her belly. I met her last Halloween, and we've been butt buddies since then. We have the same weird sense of humor. She always hears me out when I need to vent about something, and I do the same for her. She's my best friend. My life wouldn't be the same without her. She always hears me out when I need to vent about something, and I do the same for her. She's my best friend. My life wouldn't be the same without her.